Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest and welcome to a rainy Brisbane November 19 day. About 37 minutes left of trading today, and overall today can be categorized as an absolutely brilliant day. Stellar day, all tech up 3.14%. No doubt that has been helped by Technology One, who did release their final financial results today, full-year results today, and the market has, I suppose, received those results with kindness. Share price up last time I looked about 10%, and I can definitely understand why the market is bullish on Technology One, and I'll talk about that during. Actually, no. What I'll do, I've just thought of this. Have been thinking about doing a small cap of the day, and I thought, why not do a standalone video on the small cap? And I'm just thinking right now, why not do a standalone video on the stock of the day? And then all the other companies that did not make it into number one position, I could just talk about those companies in this video. So that means I'm going to be recording 3 videos. Now, I anticipate those 2 standalone videos on the small cap of the day and the stock of the day, they will be fairly short, maybe 4 to 6 minutes if I'm lucky, but I can ramble on a little bit. But I'm thinking of doing that right now. Now, this may not work at all, and it will increase my workload by a little bit. So that probably also means I want to shorten the ASX Daily Rundown video to maybe 20 to 25 minutes if I'm being kind. Okay, so another interesting day on the markets today. Quite a few companies released trading updates, also AGMs, that sort of thing. And also a few companies released their results, including Technology One. So I'll talk about some of these companies during the video. Also talk about some interesting share price movements because of either takeovers or a company decided that they will voluntarily delist because management believe the company is undervalued, and just wait until you see how much share price of this company has dropped. Fairly small company. I have looked at it once before, I think. I think I've done a similar video on this company, but since I've done that video, I've not looked at that company since. Okay, so let's get to the ASX today. First of all, trading economics. I saw this just before I started recording. Australia to retain restrictive monetary policy. RBA minutes. That's not surprising because it does seem like the RBA is absolutely obsessed with inflation and getting inflation down to its intended range between 2 and 3%. So their focus, the whole focus seems like when it comes to the RBA is on inflation. And I think we'll eventually get there, but it might take a little bit longer than they originally expected. Other than that, apparently Chile GDP growth rate slightly beat forecast. Go Chile. Otherwise, I won't have a look at Capital Brief, so we'll go straight into the market index site to have a look at the ASX today. And we know it's been a really good day. I'm just going to actually refresh this because it doesn't refresh on itself. And not much has changed since last time I looked. Everything's up. Everything's up by over 1%. So XJO, all orderies, small caps, all tech, and resources, all up by more than 1%. Okay, so let's have a look at the sectors and indices before we have a quick look at the best and worst performing companies, because I want to spend less time on that and spend a little bit more time on individual companies. But IT up 3.59%. I'm wondering. I'm going to open this up. I'm just wondering if it's Technology One that has done the heavy lifting. In terms of market size, WiseTech is the biggest, or is it REA Group? Yeah, WiseTech the biggest, Xero, NextDC, Technology One, there it is, up 11.77%. So that is the 4th biggest IT company on the ASX. WiseTech is by far the biggest, and that's up 3.22%. Xero up 3.98%. There's a few companies down. Nuix down. In fact, I might take profits in that trade. I haven't quite decided just yet, but because we have seen a little bit of weakness in that company's share price today, that could be a sign maybe to sell out. Okay, so that's IoT today. Pretty good day. And overall, everything is up. All sectors up. Even the worst performing sector, staples, up 0.9%, and materials up 0.93%. I don't think anyone could complain about today. If you're heavily invested in mining, you've probably had a good day. Heavily invested in IT, you've had a great day. Even if you're heavily invested in small caps, you've had a pretty good day. And gold's had an absolutely great day as well, up 4.2%. I'm going to have a quick look at the ASX 20, up 1.38%. I could imagine maybe 2 companies down. So we'll say 18 up, 2 down. There, 19 up, 1 down. What is the unfortunate company, the only company that is down today? And that company is, funny enough, REA Group. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's Fortescue. I'm not sure why, because, well, the 3 worst performing companies in the ASX 20 are iron ore companies. Fortescue, which is down, but BHP and Rio Tinto both up by 0.6% or a little bit more than that. Anyway, and the best performing is REA Group. It's just overtaken WiseTech. Aristocrat, funny enough, I'm owner of the first 3 companies. REA Group, WiseTech, Aristocrat, 3 companies. Well, actually, that's not true. I was going to say 3 companies I have no intention of selling. I have looked at Aristocrat and thinking, ooh, should I take profits in that company? And I think the answer to that is probably not. I do think it's maybe slightly overvalued right now, but I did take profits with JB Hi-Fi and the share price has kept on going higher. So on occasion, that can be a mistake, just taking profits. And CBA up 2.37%. It's just insanity. It's insanity what's happening with CBA right now. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the best and worst performing companies today. What I might do is we'll have a look at the top gainers and I'll pick out 2 companies by percentage change and by market cap, and then do the same thing with top losers. So really narrow it down to companies that, in fact, I've gone to the wrong one there. So top gainers, for instance, is by percentage change is a company called Petratherm, up 120% on pretty big turnover, and share price or the market cap now at 33.4 million. Petratherm, I would say that's something to do with oil. I'm just thinking of the first 4 letters there. Petra sounds petrol-like. I have never heard of this company before, so let's have a quick look. Up 134.69% now. And the announcement they released today, outstanding metallurgical results at Kneppy HMS project. HMS is heavy mineral sands. I'm not going to open up this announcement. I can't. There's no way I could interpret this sort of announcement. I could not say whether it's outstanding or not outstanding just by reading the announcement. I'm just looking at the market reaction. The market likes it. Share price up 135%. So we already know this probably is outstanding. We wouldn't have seen this reaction. Now, the only way that could be wrong is if day traders are just, riding this or trading this like there's no tomorrow. Maybe that's the only reason why the share price is up when it's not really that outstanding. But I'll just trust the market at this point. So let's have a look at the chart for Petratherm. And this chart's pretty good. I don't mind this chart at all. Whether I like the company is a completely different thing. A huge volume coming in. They released another announcement, seems like on the 11th of September. Share price on that day rose 90%. So this is a second pretty big announcement the company has released in the past 2 months. So go Petratherm, a company, I'm not sure if it's in my watch list. Yeah, it's in my high volume spec, and I probably put it there because of that big day in September. So congratulations to any shareholders of this company, particularly those who bought on that announcement on the 11th of September. Okay, so that's the only one I'm going to look at in top gainers. I'm going quickly through this. I will actually discuss a few other companies here. Resonance Health is my small cap of the day, so I'll do a standalone video on that. Ret.com, they did some sort of managerial changes, a new CEO and that sort of thing. So it seems like the market has liked that. Close the loop. There is a takeover bid for that company. Share price up 19.51%. Now let's have a look by market cap, just to see if there's any companies I'd like to discuss briefly here. I will discuss Sonic Healthcare. SRG Global did announce some major contract wins, something like $700 million worth. So not surprised to see the share price up 8.4%. Wagner's Holding chart just looks absolutely stunning. And 4D Medical. So this is the one I'll touch upon with a bit more depth than those other companies. This company did release an announcement today. And this was a little bit more of an announcement I like. 4D Medical wins 3-year commercial contract with UCSD Health. Now, there was no numbers in this, if I can remember, and I would have preferred some numbers. How much is this worth to 4D Medical? Now, there's a chance that this commercial contract won't bring much revenue into 4D Medical because we just don't know. Maybe they don't know. Yeah, that's probably more than likely. Anyway, so this is a commercial contract The UC San Diego Health for Advanced Lung Imaging Analysis. This particular health hospital is ranked among the 10 top hospitals in the US for respiratory care. There you go. But other than that, no real indication of how big this is going to be for 4D Medical. So let's just have a quick look at the chart. Is this a reason to get excited? Is this a breakout? That's what I'm looking for, breakouts. And the answer to that is no. No. Sorry, 4D Medical. There was a chance, a possible breakout back, just like that Petratherm. They did release something a while back. And unlike Petratherm, the share price kept on going up from there. This one, we have seen the share price actually pull back a fair bit from that positive announcement on the 27th of September. Okay, so that's the top gainers. Now, let's have a look at the top losers. I will touch upon, oops, I didn't actually click on top losers. I will touch upon Shekel Brainweigh, down 59.52%. Not surprised there. And to be honest with you, there's nothing else much here. Oh, Elders. I got this wrong. Okay, Elders, down 10.87%. I did not think the share price would decrease because I got the capital raising price absolutely wrong. So yesterday I saw, where was it? Here it is, at 9:35 a.m., acquisition of Delta Agribusiness and equity raising. And I opened this up and I went, the equity raising is not at a big discount at all, a fairly small discount, because there was something mentioned here. Where is it? 190 million of new Delta shares issued to Delta shareholders as scrip consideration at $8.52 per share. And I just thought, without reading anything else, that was a capital raising price, $8.52. And I am wrong, absolutely wrong. That is not the capital raising price. The capital raising price is, in fact, it's exceeded the announcement they did release today. The capital raising price is at $7.85, which is about a 8 to 9% discount to where the share price was previously. And that's why the share price is down. In fact, the share price has fallen below the capital raising price, down 10.75%. So a little bit of surprise there. I thought, the capital raising was at a higher price. So no shock the share price is down. I'm a little bit shocked the share price is down below the capital raising price. So any shareholders out there, why would you participate in the capital raising? You can buy shares at a lower price right now. That's what I'll do. You don't have to think about anyone else except yourself. Now, the other thing about this chart, it's that this one event, this capital raising, has put a little bit of pressure on the chart. The last time share price was this low was way back in May, April, when they did release something negative, but the share price bounced fairly quickly after that. Now, that remains to be seen whether it's going to happen again. So this chart, I'm not a fan of right now. Okay, so that's Elders down a fair bit. Now let's have a look by markup to see if I missed anything here. We've talked about Elders, Doug. So, by the way, I was a shareholder of Doug. I was a shareholder of Doug and CoSol, but I've traded out those positions, and I'm happy I've done that because the share price of both of those companies are down big today. Oh, and by the way, I have taken profits with SciDev. It broke through support level and down 8.91%. And Dusk down. I'm not sure why. A positive announcement yesterday, share price down today. Wasn't up that much yesterday. So maybe just a little bit of negative sentiment. Don't know why. Share price now back to where it was before that positive sentiment, that positive announcement. So that's interesting. Okay, so now I'm just going to talk about a few other companies that I had a quick look at some of their announcements. So first one I should mention is MGU. So yesterday I talked about Magnum mining and exploration, and the name of this company just reminded me of ice cream. And you'll notice that the indicator price is up 15.4%. So I think I also mentioned, because the share price yesterday was up 30% on fairly big volume, and the share price seems like it's been going on a run. And I thought there's a chance the company would receive a price query from the ASX. And lo and behold, the company went into Trading Halt at 7:56 p.m. last night. And Trading Halt is for two reasons. And two very interesting. Their logo sucks. That's a crappy logo. Anyway, the reasons for the Trading Halt. pending further announcement concerning response to price query and potential acquisition. Okay, so they did have some news that they had, and I have no doubt that's why the share price rallied. This potential acquisition leaked out. Maybe it didn't leak out, it was just insider trading. That would be quite concerning, and the ASX should delve a bit deeper into that. But looks like this potential news of an acquisition has leaked out. That's why the share price rallied yesterday, and that's what they should say in their price query. And I think this company, well, I shouldn't say that. I was going to say this company should be fined. Maybe that's not the way to deal with insider trading, but yeah, something's been dodgy. Something dodgy's been going on with Magnum. And yesterday I did have a look at the charts. Yeah, and yeah, there was nothing interesting about this chart, but just some high volume coming in that day because insider trading or a leaky ship. Okay, so that's Magnum, something or other. Other few companies, KMD Brands did release a trading update. They had the AGM, had the released this trading update. It was negative. I would say more negative than positive. There was some positiveness in there, but not all that much. And that's why the share price is down 2.05% today. So let's have a look at the chart. And just continuation of the downtrend. I'd say if I had to guess, the bottom has been reached. You can see a really big volume coming in towards the end of June, and that did or possibly signify the bottom has been reached. In fact, the share price rallied quite nicely off that. It looks like it almost doubled off that low. Okay, so that's KMD Brands, did release a trading update today. Another company that released results. So two companies released results today. I'll do a standalone video on one of them, technology one, and the other one is ALS, T-code ALQ. No, that's the wrong one. ALQ, which is ALS. Share price up 5.9%. I had a quick look at this one and I was like, I don't know, it's not that good. Now, I did have a quick look at Cover Reef and they said the share price was rallying because of an increase in revenue. Well, that's drawing a long bow because sure, their revenue increased, but margins significantly lowered. So revenue up, EBIT up slightly, profit down. So revenue up 14%, EBIT up 2. By the way, this is all underlying. EBIT up 2.1%, but profit after tax down 3.9%. Impacted by the fluctuating exploration environment, impacting commodities, unfavorable foreign exchange, and higher interest costs linked to recent acquisitions. They also mentioned that acquisitions are lower margin businesses, I believe, or in the underlying EBIT, reflecting expected dilution from recent life science acquisitions and lower volumes in minerals. No, they didn't mention that there. Pretty sure they mentioned somewhere lower margins. Definitely lower margins because we know if revenue is increasing but profits dropping, it's lower margins. And that's absolutely true. So revenue up 14%, but you can see margins, margin going from 19.1% to 17.1%. And that's why profit is down. With free cash flow generated, actually up 16.4%. Return on capital employed from 18.8% to 19.4%. And dividends down slightly. Debt up a fair bit as well, $200 million. Anyway, so the market did like these results. I didn't actually have a look at any sort of perspectives for financial year 25, targeting mid-single digit organic revenue growth for the group. And yeah, it didn't, when I read this or went through this, it really didn't fill me with any positive thoughts, put it that way. And the chart was looking good about it 6 months ago, ALQ. Was looking okay 6 months ago. It's starting to look good again. So there was a big drop in the share price back on the 19th of September, and it fell into this purple box, which is a support zone for this company. And it actually went above the purple box not long after. And today's not a bad day just based off the chart. So not a bad day for ALS Ltd. What else do we have today? So I've already talked about Elders. Shape Australia did release a trading update. It was, I suppose, positive. Trading update, not much action with the share price. And we'll have a quick look at the chart for Shape Australia. No complaints from me. I'll tell you that much. No complaints from me. Still share price going up. Yeah, so another company called Readytech had their AGM, and I'm going to see if the share price has increased or decreased. Trading update, share price down. Chart is meh. I'm going to say that. Chart is nothing much to really like here at all when it comes to the chart. What else? Sonic Healthcare. This is an interesting one. So Sonic Healthcare had their AGM, and they did mention no change to their guidance. Guidance is the same. And for some reason, the market likes that. So maybe the market was expecting a decrease in the guidance because the share price is up 7.1%. Funny enough, in Capital Brief, they mention, what do they say here? They say or said, Sonic Healthcare shares rise on reaffirmed financial year guidance. So what they're saying or implying here is that if a company just reaffirms their guidance, the share price should rally. I would actually say the more likely reason why the share price is rallying for Sonic Healthcare is because the market expected a downgrade and the market didn't get it. Now let's have a look at the chart. It's not quite a breakout. It's getting close, and the share price tiered or was under pressure just before this announcement. So I'm not there with Sonic Healthcare's chart just yet. If we do see the share price go up from here, that could be a different thing. Prophecy, a company I do find interesting. Share price down a little bit. Q1 financial year 25 business growth update. One thing I liked about this, I think the company is getting, or the market is getting this company wrong. You'll see that with the chart. The company is growing. They're growing their annual recurring revenue. And they also mentioned a positive cash flow expected in financial year 25. That's all I need. That's really all I need. The company is growing. They're expected to be positive or cash flow positive in financial year 25. But the market just doesn't like this company just yet. Now, the share price has dropped a fair bit. So there's a fair bit of negative sentiment in this company. And you can just see the share price, not that long ago, 17th of July was $1.05. Now it's 50.5 cents. Share price is staying firm at 50 cents. This could be a nice, interesting trade. That 50 cents level is a nice support level, and it's right on 50 cents. So I have been thinking of trading this, just taking a sneaky, putting a sneaky bid at 50 cents and seeing what happens, because low risk trade at these levels, particularly for a company that if they do confirm they are operating cash flow positive, free cash flow positive, overall share price, I think, will go on a really good run. What else do we have here? We have Prophecy, Seek, have the AGM, if I believe correctly, share price up 4.4%. Yep, also a trading update in financial year 25 guidance. This is one I actually did not have a look at all, so I'm just relying on Capital Brief. I'm assuming maybe their guidance is a little bit greater than expected. Seek narrows 4-year expenditure guidance. I don't really care about that. That's about it. There's nothing else here about Seek. That's weird. You would think there would be a little bit more on Seek. Maybe I'm just missing it. Anyway, so Seek's up. So let's have a look at the chart for Seek. Oh, and this one's actually looking really interesting. This is at share price now at least, more than a 6-month high. Share price up to $26.58. This is the closest to a breakout that I've seen in today's video. So this is the sort of chart I do like. Now, the question when it comes to Seek is there any value at these levels? I don't know. Because if you look at the weekly chart, it's trading in a level that we've seen for quite a few years. If it gets above $27, that would be a multi-year high. Now, this definitely could be a trade. Definitely could be a trade. I think the market might be seeing some good growth in the future for Seek when they haven't really delivered in the past. So this might be a case where I just listen to the market. And close the loop. We've already talked about that. There is a takeover bid for that company. And finally, Shekel Brainweigh, down 57.14% from 4.2 cents to 1.8 cents. Voluntary delisting. And why do you think the management want to delist? Because the market doesn't understand us, and we're really undervalued. We're really undervalued. In fact, that's the first thing they said. Reasons for delisting. The share price is 4 cents. Well, it was 4 cents management. Now it's 1.8 cents. Share price is more than halved because of the decision. So share price of 4 cents. The board considers that the trading price of the company shares in recent years implies a valuation that is not reflective of the company's inherent value, having regard to the recent technological breakthroughs the company has had, whatever, and the company's recent establishment of strategic partnerships with blue chip customers. It doesn't matter. Your financials don't stack up yet. And what I mean by that, the company releases, where is it? Company doesn't really release Appendix 4Cs, but if you have a look at the half-yearly report and accounts released in August, there's nothing much to like. A revenue of 13.4 million, which was down, by the way, and the company's loss-making. Not only that, so if you have a look at the rest of their accounts here, so if you start at the top, where is it? These accounts are terrible. So total assets, 23 million. This is like one of the weirdest. There we go, revenue. So loss-making, not only this year, they're loss-making the previous year, so they are burning through money. And if you have a look at the cash flow statement, which should be coming up right now, cash flow negative by 1.7 million. They also mentioned some loans here, so it looks like they might have a bit of debt, which I didn't have a quick look at earlier. So liability, short-term loans, $11.1 million in short-term loans and current portion of long-term loans. Long-term loans, 809. They have a lot of debts. This just fills me with rage. Well, it doesn't really. They also talk about liquidity, and I understand their point. The shares in this company are liquidly traded, but they're saying the reason why the share price is so low is because it's illiquidly traded. That's not true. If the best way to get a share price to be higher, the best way to increase liquidity is to become profitable and grow your company. Anyway, so commiserations to shareholders of this company. Your delisting, well, the management wants to delist for stupid reasons, and that's all she wrote. So let's have a look at the chart for Shekel Brainweigh. Pretty sure I've done a video on this company in the past. Let's have a look. Shekel. Yeah, there we go. Shekel Brainweigh in frictionless retail. Not sure when I did that video, but I do remember doing it. Let's go back to, what was I looking at there before? Oh, the chart. And look at that. This is the chart of a company that's just not hitting it out of the financial park. It's just, every single time I have a look at this, it's just like a meh. Why would I buy any shares in this company? You're just not proving your business model. And then we have today. Okay, so that is all the announcements of the day. I did miss one yesterday. This was an interesting one. A company called VRX Silica. It's up another 6% today. It was up 25.64% yesterday on pretty big volume. The announcement was EPA accepts Aerosmith North response to submissions. Now, I picked this up just in my post-session scans, volume scan. Look at the chart for this one. And look at the volume, massive volume coming in. I do like this chart. The reason I like it, the company's share price on the 30th of September rose 44.8% and then went sideways, like 2 months. I love that. Absolutely love it. And then share price rose yesterday on this particular news, up 25.64%. So I really like this chart. Like that increase in volume. You can see the volume starting to increase back in May and June. That's a good sign the bottom is close to being reached. And then sort of a mini breakout on the 30th. And I think the breakout, if that wasn't a breakout, then definitely you could say the breakout happened yesterday, which was the 18th. And I missed this until I did my scanners, whatever you want to call them. Okay, and I've sold out of SciDev. I thought I'd just show you the chart for this one. Sold out of SciDev, share price under pressure, and it fell through my support level in the last 2 days. I don't know why the share price is dropping, but it is dropping. And I thought, just stick to my principles, stick to my plan. Share price has dropped through my support level, sell my position. If I see the share price starting to rally again, I will buy back in gladly. But I don't know. That's the whole reason I'm de-risking. Share price could continue to drop. Maybe there's some news out there about SciDev and then some negative news. I don't know. But if that's all if this is just noise, maybe one institution is selling their stake, then I'll buy back in if I do start to see the share price starting to, say, level off at these levels. Okay. Let's have a look at some of your questions. Why not? So Sensei is asking me to do a video at the end of this year. I'm definitely going to do it. I'm not sure I'm going to do it the way you're thinking of. I'll do it my own way. So George says, love the small cap of the day idea. Thank you. Rick Thillian says, started rain at 6:44 p.m. in Sydney. Well, it depends where you live because the system came in from the southwest. So if you live in the southwest parts of the city, it would have started first. If you live, say, at Palm Beach, it would have started last. So it doesn't start raining everywhere at the same time. Oh, Hazard has some insight to why Clarity was down. So Clarity down because that announcement was them officially measuring themselves up to Telix's main product. The results of the head-to-head was essentially sink or explode the stock price. And that's the whole reason I bought into Clarity. It's sort of a hedge against Telix. So if Clarity's pharmaceuticals product becomes the go-to product, then I wouldn't say Telix is under pressure, but Telix does have some competition there. So it was just me hedging my pretty big Telix position. That's the only reason I bought Clarity. I have to remind myself of that because I was thinking I should sell Clarity because it did fall through a support level. And it's up 4.8% today. Good work, Clarity. Yes, but thank you for that, Hazard. Chap Liquid, not sure if you've had a look at DVP. Could you please, whenever you get the chance, develop global? So this one is interesting because the other day it did, actually the other week it did pop up on my scanners. Looked like it was trying to break out and then the share price has just collapsed all the way back down. And this is a problem with these sort of companies. This is a sort of like although the share price is at a really interesting level. I could buy some shares in this company right now. I just like where the share price is based off this support level, a really good support level at around $1 and definitely $1.90. The share price has recovered a little bit today. So develop global, just going to have a look to see where the share price is exactly. We're in the closing auction, so you'll have an indicative price here. Share price is $1.95.5. Yeah. So this could be a nice little buy. Because it does look like the downtrend has coming to an end. It looks like it wants to turn around. So DVP, I'm going to write that down. Thank you for just suggesting that. I hadn't actually had a look at this company's chart for a few weeks. Anyway, so you can feel what I'm thinking just by what I'm talking about there. Otherwise, there's nothing else to like about the charts, just at a support level. Web in Trading Halt, 18th of November. This was something to do with their accounts, wasn't it? If I remember correctly. Yeah, Trading Halt, something to do with their accounts, restating of their financial statements. What was it? Manages disclosure, blah, blah, relation to potential adjustments to its prior year financial statements. This is not expected to impact the company's financial or half year 25 results and outlook. So maybe the accountants have not done a good job. Have to change stuff. Thank you for reminding me, Rick Thillian. Good video, thanks, Kneppy. 3 comments. Small cap of the day, tick. Resolute saga in Mali could repeat itself in Burkina Faso. It might, but it might not. It could repeat itself in Australia. Who knows? Maybe the next Australian government will hold many Australian companies to ransom. Don't know. Which is equally unstable. Could be concerned for Western African and others. ING ready for a bounce back. So let's have a look at ING. I had a quick look at this last night because the share price had been rallying, but I reckon this is, I was going to say this is more of a wouldn't say dead cat bounce, but I'm not excited about this and the share price down today. The reason I'm not excited, they had a really bad day on the 23rd of August when they released results. And this probably reminds me of just these little runs in the share price. The share price has fallen a fair bit. So I'm not interested in this particular chart for Inghams. And Greg Gamer also likes the small cap of day feature. You're welcome. You're welcome, Sensei. Chris and Caroline, I think Clarity could be just due to a bio ETF in the US being down recently. It could be. That's what my thoughts were. Small cap of the day is a great idea. Fair few likes for that. So, yeah. And I'm going to end there because it's 35 minutes. I've gone a little bit longer. Sorry, Anma. Yeah, haven't talked about Knox before. Okay, so that's all for this particular video, this ASX daily rundown video. Look out for stock of the day, technology one, and also small cap of the day videos that will be on Residence Health. Okay. And the last thing I should say is I'm not a financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for today. Have a good day. Bye.